Hey, welcome everybody. I see I got one. All right. Spencer Matlock. Oh, I hear you, buddy. Watching the ball game and watching cornhole. All right. You double tasking, man. Men don't normally do that. Good to see you, though. Good to hear from you. Appreciate everybody that's out there. I know some of you are just now getting over supper and getting ready to wash dishes and everything. So set your phone up, set it right beside of you, and watch cornhole while you wash dishes. Anyway, tonight we want to thank everybody. Appreciate everybody coming out. We got Dewey Smith, Keith Wilkerson against Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood. They hadn't started yet. I think this is the down and back right here that they're throwing. So appreciate everybody. All right, where's everybody at? Let's go. We're about to start here. We got our first match of the night. We got Dewey Smith throwing against Jacob Gore. We got Keith Wilkerson throwing against Lee Hagwood. Jacob throws first bag off to the right. Dewey's up beside of Jacob's bag. Dewey goes airmail drag and misses the drag, but he hits the airmail. Jacob's in with his third bag. Dewey drags that bag in. It's going to be 9 on 5 right now. Ooh, and Dewey goes in. It's 12 on 5. That's going to give him 7 points. So now we got Hagwood throwing against Wilkerson. Let's see if Hagwood can make up the difference here. Wilkerson's in with his first. Oh, I think they still doing down and back. Unless they just started. They must have just started on this end here. Keith Wilkerson's off to the left just a little bit. Hagwood's got 3 bags in so far. Keith's in with that third bag. Hagwood's in with his fourth bag. It's going to be 4 on 7. It's going to give them 5 points. Let's see if they're going to score it up this time. Nope. All right, here we go. We're going. This is the start right here. We're starting right here. Dewey Smith has first bag. His first bag's hanging on the right-hand side, but it's in the hole. Jacob goes up. He puts a level 1 block. Dewey goes around it and goes kindly to the left of the hole. He's out of the zone right now. Jacob's in with 2 bags. It drags Dewey's in. Dewey's in with his third bag. Jacob's off to the left with his next bag. Dewey's in with his last bag, making it a 10 on 10 wash. So we're going to have Hagwood and Wilkerson starting on this end down here on the lower end. So here we go. Wilkerson, I think, has first bag. That's not true. Wilkerson's off to the left just a little bit. I don't know why it didn't transition. There it is. Hagwood's in. Wilkerson hits his bag, kind of dragging it. Hagwood's off to the left. He gives it back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson pushes Hagwood's bag on back to the left and goes in the hole. Bullies it over. He's in with his last bag. Hagwood's in with his last bag. It's going to be a 10 on 10 wash. Now, it's 2 washes we done had in this round. This first and second round. Still 0-0. We got Dewey Smith up. He's hanging in the hole again on the right-hand side. Jacob's in, drags Dewey's bag with him and goes in. Dewey sets up a level 2 block sitting halfway down the board. Jacob rolls that bag over Dewey's bag and he's sitting dead in front of the hole. Dewey stepping out to the right just a little bit. He goes up. He was trying to go around that bag, and it kind of went just a little bit too much to the right. Jacob's asking his partner if he wants him to go airmail, so he's going airmail right here with a shot right here. He goes up, he hits it on the left-hand side of the hole and goes off the board. So right now it's kind of even. Dewey goes up, he hits Jacob's bag and rolls off the board with it. Jacob goes up for a roll bag and rolls in. It's going to be a 9-on-4. Here we go. Hagwood's first bag. It's off to the left. It's on Keith Wilkerson's in his lane. Keith goes up, sets up beside of it to keep Hagwood from dragging. Hagwood goes up the middle. He's done a side-by-side on Wilkerson. Wilkerson goes up. He takes all three of the bags in. Hagwood's in with his next bag. Wilkerson's off to the left. They give it back to Hagwood to wash it out. Hagwood's in for a 10. Wilkinson in for a 10. It's going to be 10-on-10 wash. That's two washes on their part. Dewey and Jacob had one. Here we go. Jacob's in with his first bag. Dewey's up. He sets up a block on the left-hand side in Jacob's lane. Jacob tries to go around it and goes kindly to the left of it and goes to the back of the board. Dewey's stepping out just a little bit. He places a bag up against his bag sitting there. Jacob goes up with an airmail and hits it. Dewey's stepping in closer to the board now. He's going to try to drag these two bags. He goes in with that one. Jacob's up with another airmail and misses. Oh, and Dewey tries to pull. He tried to pull that bag in. So it's going to be 5-on-5 wash. Hagwood, and he's in. Wilkinson's in. Hagwood's in with his second bag. Wilkinson's in with his second. Hagwood's in with his third bag. Wilkinson in with his third bag. Hagwood in with his fourth bag. Wilkinson's off to the left and giving up 2 points. Going to be 7-0 right now. We do not own the rights to the music that you hear playing in the background. We have no rights to the music whatsoever. We'll give a shout out to the sponsors here in just a few minutes. Want to let Gabriel and Gage know that we miss them. Hope you're watching. Hope you're listening. If you're not, that's fine. We give you a shout out anyway. Jacob's in with his first bag. Dewey's off to the right. Jacob's in with his second bag. Dewey's up. He sets up a level 1 block. That bag's just hanging. Jacob goes in with it. Takes it on in. Dewey's off to the right again with that next bag, his third bag. Jacob's in, and he goes in with his fourth bag. It's going to be 9-on-5 right now. It's going to be 12-on-8. It's going to be 14-0. Favor Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood. Hagwood's first bag is in. Wilkinson's first bag is in. Hagwood's up. He sets up a level 1 block. Wilkinson goes up behind it. He almost goes in with it, but his bag kind of went to the right. That bag's still in play. Hagwood pushes up against it. Now Hagwood's setting it up for Wilkinson to take it in. Oh, Wilkinson goes around it and goes in. Now here's Hagwood. His last bag is up, and he pushes Wilkinson's bag in. This is Wilkinson's chance to get 2 points here. Oh, and he does. He gets 2 points. Now it's going to be 2-14. But Dewey and Smith and Keith Wilkinson are on the board. All right, here we go. Dewey's got first bag this round. His first bag is up. He sets it up on the left-hand side in Jacob's lane. Jacob goes up and goes around it. Jacob's setting more in the hole than Dewey is, but Dewey goes up. He goes around that bag, leaving Jacob's bag there. Jacob pushes Dewey's bag forward, and his bag falls from the vibration. Dewey goes up. He sets up a level 1 block on the right-hand side, right beside of Jacob Gore. Jacob goes up. He does a hard push and drags 2 bags in with him. Dewey's up. Dewey drags both of those bags in for a 12. Jacob's in for a 12, and it's going to be a 12-12 wash. And we have a social. Good to hear you, Mike. Hey, it's good to hear from you too, Spencer. Good job, Mike. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I love the commentary. Hagwood's off to the right with that first bag. Wilkinson's in. Hagwood's in with that next bag. Wilkinson's in with that bag. Hagwood's in. He drug that bag. He turned that bag just a little bit closer. Wilkinson goes a little bit to the right. Now Hagwood can go up the middle and go in and wash it out. Wilkinson had an opportunity for 2 more points, and he let that bag get away from him and go to the left, leaving Hagwood an open hole. So here we go. Dewey Smith has first bag. They still have control of the board. Here's Dewey's first bag. First bag's off to the left, but it's sitting dead in the hole. Jacob goes up. He sets up a level 1 block right beside of Dewey. Dewey goes up. He bumps that bag just a little bit. Jacob goes up with a roll bag, cuts it just a little bit too far, goes to the right, leaving Dewey the opportunity now. Dewey goes in, leaving that, doing a beautiful replacement bag. Jacob goes in. He goes off to the right again. Dewey goes up. He sets up behind Jacob's bag. Jacob goes up. It's going to be 10-6. Score is going to be 6-14 now. So here we go. Wilkinson has first bag. They still have control of the boards. Wilkinson's in with his first bag. Hagwood's off the board, off to the right, and goes off of the board. Wilkinson goes in. Hagwood goes to the right of the hole. He's setting, that bag is still playable, but Wilkinson throws a bag and sets it up right to the right. Hagwood goes around Wilkinson's bag. Wilkinson hits that bag. Oh, Hagwood goes up for an airmail and misses the airmail. Goes off the back of the board, giving up some points there. Now the score is going to be 12-14. Dewey and Wilkinson have come back. They've made a comeback. Dewey Smith's in with his first bag. Jacob's in with his first bag. Dewey's up. He sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. Jacob goes up. He tries to go in with it, but he goes kindly to the right of it. Dewey goes up with a replacement bag on the slick side. That bag just hanging there. Jacob goes in. This is Dewey's opportunity right here to tie this game up. He bullies Jacob's bag off to the right just a little bit more and gets 2 points, and the score is 14-14 now. So you're about to see a lead change here. Wilkerson's up. He sets up on the right-hand side of the board in Lee Hagwood lane. Lee goes up. He pushes Wilkerson's bag a little closer to the hole. Wilkerson goes up. He goes around it. Hagwood goes up. He just pushes them all in. A beautiful shot for Lee Hagwood. Wilkerson's in. Hagwood's in. Wilkerson's up. That bag's just hanging. Hagwood goes up. He tries to go in easy with a drop bag and ends up just not going far enough, making it a 10-10 wash. Yes, here we go. Dewey has first bag. Dewey's first bag is up. It's off to the left just a little bit. It's hanging in the hole, though. That bag can be drug in. Jacob goes up. He goes in with that first bag. Dewey goes up. He goes up for a level 1 block. Jacob goes up. He pushes Dewey's bag on in. Now, that bag of Dewey's first bag is still, it's dripping just a little bit at a time. Oh, and Jacob pushes up against it, pushing it back. But the corner of it's still hanging in the hole. Oh, and Dewey goes up trying to do a drop bag. Jacob takes a timeout. He's got to see what's going on here. Hey, Dewey, y'all made a good comeback. All right, here we go. Jacob's got his work cut out for him here. He goes up. He hits the bag. He hits the hole. He's trying to drag his other bag, but his other bag didn't fall. It was on the stick side. But he still gained 2 points, and we have a lead change. Hagwood's off to the left just a little bit on the diamond. He's got a diamond block there on Keith Wilkerson. Keith goes up. He pushes up against Hagwood. Now he's on the right-hand side of the hole. He's in Hagwood's lane. Hagwood goes up. He goes around Wilkerson's bag and pushes up against his own bag. Hagwood goes up. He's trying to push that bag in, but he ends up pushing one of Hagwood's bags in. Hagwood's off to the left just a little bit. Wilkerson's up. He goes in with that next bag. Now he has a bag sitting on the right-hand side in Hagwood's lane. Hagwood knocks it up. He almost knocks it in. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for those that have tuned in. Appreciate you guys. We're going to have some good games here tonight, good tournament. I hate to say it. I wish I was in it, but I've taken this little task here on and, Oh, and Keith Wilkerson just throws that bag up and just lays it up there on the board. Jacob's first bag, it's off to the left just a little bit. Dewey goes up, he pulls that bag around just a little bit. Now Jacob steps out. He's going to try to drag his bag in. He hits it, but he just barely moved it. Dewey goes up, he slides up against it. Now Jacob's going to have to decide what to do here. He pushes hard and he drags Dewey's bag, but he also drags his bag closer. Dewey goes up. He slides that bag in on the right-hand side. Jacob goes up trying to take that bag in and ends up going to the right. Dewey has an opportunity here. Oh, and Dewey does a drip bag and makes the shot. It's a 12-on-8. Score now is 18-16, and we have a lead change. Dewey Smith, Keith Wilkerson come back from a 14-0 deficit and come back, and now they're in the lead at 18-16. Keith Wilkerson's in. Lee Hagwood's in behind him. Keith's off to the right just a little bit. Going to give Hagwood an opportunity. Hagwood goes around his bag and goes in. Keith goes up. He lands up against that bag again, that same bag. He goes off to the left. Hagwood's off to the left. Wilkerson's got to drag this bag.
We are also running singles, so as soon as you are done with the tournament, if you still want to play.
Here's Lee Hagwood. Hagwood's in. And Jacob Gore, Lee Hagwood took Dewey Smith and Keith Wilkerson down on the last round. Now we have Brian Brewster. Brewster, what's up? What's up? Got William Brooks and Brian Brewster facing Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood. So we got Jacob Gore, Lee Hagwood facing Brian Brewster and William Brooks. All right, hang in here with me. Braves won. All right, the Braves won. My daddy was I'm telling you, he was a Braves fan, 100%. He did not care who they were playing. He was always pulling for the Braves. All right, we want to thank our sponsors right quick. We want to thank Hartzell's Garage Doors and Company and Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills and Aftermarket Car Parts, Bag Junkies, Headlights Are Us, Bridges Corp, Angie's Pressure Washing. Want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for making these things, these tournaments possible for us. Thank them for their support. Thank you guys for your support on the internet. Thank these guys in here. Appreciate every one of them that has showed up tonight to play. We got women, children. We got adults and seniors. All right, Brian Brewster's first bag is off to the right. Jacob follows Brian. That first bag of his. Brian's off to the left and off of the board. Jacob goes off to the right just a little bit. Brian goes up. He sets that bag in the hole. He's got one sitting up there. Jacob goes up with a hard push, pushes Brewster's bag in and goes off of the board. Brewster goes up, goes around Jacob Gore's bag. Jacob goes up. He's in for a 4. And I think Brewster had 7. I think that's going to be 3-0. Nope, they didn't change. That was their down and back, I reckon. I don't know. I thought they were live. I'm sorry, folks. Here we go. We got William Brooks. First bag is in. Hagwood's off to the left. He's in Brooks's lane. Brooks goes up and goes around it and goes in. A beautiful bag. Hagwood's off the back of the board. Brooks is off to the right. He's trying to go around that bag of Hagwood. Hagwood goes up. He goes to the right. He's sitting on the back of the board. William Brooks is in for a 10. Hagwood's up for a 3.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
So here we go, Brian Brewster, William Brooks, 7-0 right now. Brewster's in. Jacob's in with his first bag. Brewster's off to the left with his very first bag. He's in with his next 2. Jacob's in. Brewster's in for a 10. Jacob's in for a 12. Hey, I seen that. That was bad. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. Yeah. Hagwood's off to the right with his first bag. Brooks is up. He hits Hagwood's bag and spins off the board. Hagwood's up. He pushes that bag just a little bit closer to the hole. He tried to drag it and go in with it, but he ends up going off to the right just a little bit. Brooks is up. He goes off to the right again. Hagwood goes up. He hits that bag, but he goes to the back of the board. Now Brooks can give up 1 point here, but he's saving himself. Hagwood's in for an 8. Brooks is in. Here's his last bag. He's in for a 7. Give it up 1 point. Jacob Gore has first bag. Are y'all going to be coming back up here, Dewey? Jacob's up. He's in with that first bag. Here's Brewster. He's up. Let's see what he does. Brewster's up. He's in with his first bag. Jacob's up. He's in with his second bag. Brewster's up. He goes off just a little bit to the left and goes off the board. Jacob goes to the right, but that bag's hanging. Brewster goes up, sets up a level 1 block. Jacob goes for an airmail and goes off the back of the board. When Brewster goes off the back, it's going to be 7 on 4. Come on, Brian. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Don't make me call Summer over here. Oh, Hagwood and Brooks does a whoopsie. Hagwood drags that bag he had sitting on the right-hand side. Oh, and Brooks is in with that next bag. Hagwood's in for a 9. Brooks he hits it just a little bit too hard and goes to the back of the board. Hagwood is in for a 12. Brooks is in for a 7. It's going to be 11 on 7 now. Jacob's in with his first bag. Brewster's in with his first bag. Jacob's in with his next bag. Brewster's up. Hit bag's hanging. It's going to fall. Falls in with Jacob's next bag. Brewster's in for a 9. Jacobs in for a 12. Brewster's off to the right. He goes off to the right, giving up 2 more points, making it 13-7 now. I thought we was going to have a social there for a minute, but ended up being an unsocial. Hagwood's in with his first bag. Brooks is in with his first bag. I mean, off to the left with his first bag. Hagwood's in with his next bag. He goes off of Brooks' bag. Goes in the hole. Pushing Brooks's bag out of the red blue zone. It's the green zone now, but I'm going to call it the red zone. Brooks is off to the right just a little bit too far. Hagwood's up. He sets up on the left-hand side. Now Brooks has got to get the bag in. He's got to get one in. He goes up. He goes to the left. Hagwood goes up. He sets up a block in the middle of the board now. Here we go. Brooks's last bag. It's going to be Hagwood with 8. Brooks with 4. Going to be 17-7 now. Jacobs up. He sets up a level 1 block on the left-hand side in his lane. Brooks goes up. He hits. Brewster goes up. He hits it a little bit hard. Jacob pushes both of them bags up together. Brewster does he done a good job there. All of these bags is going to fall at one time. Oh, Jacob goes in takes all of them bags in, but Brewster goes up easy, and it's going to be 10-6, and it's going to give up 4 points. That's going to be the game. Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood take down Brewster and Brooks. We got Brandon Kimry coming up and John Perez, Brian Brewster, and William Brooks. Y'all still up?
Oh, we still up, boss.
Y'all still up, Brian? Yeah. You got to stay here. You can't go nowhere. Brandon Kimry and John Perez. Well, hello, sunshine. How are you? All right, everybody. Hey, thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you guys.
All right, once again, we are running singles. Please come home.
Oh, man, really. I've never been to a professional baseball game in my life. I'm 68. Never been to a professional football game or basketball game. But I have been to some ACL playoffs tournaments down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I have played in a blind draw and come in second place. Me and my partner did. Won a little bit of money. That was a good time. We got Brewster and Brooks over here practicing. They getting some good warm-up time here. We're waiting on Brandon Kimry and John Perez. All right, we're waiting on Brandon Kimry now. Where is he at? John's over there yawning. He's coming in the door right now, probably. Is he out there, John?
He's coming. He had to go out in the car and get something.
Oh, okay. No air mails for you, buddy. All right. Oh, yeah, you can come down here, Spencer, and get you all the practice you need, Mr. Matlock. You come down here, and you can come down here during the week, and I'm sure Jennifer or Mickey will be more than glad to let you come in here and throw all the bags you want to throw all by yourself. You want to bring somebody to throw with you, that would be, I'm sure they would not mind it one bit. But yes, sir, you can get all the practice you need. You can come down here on Monday nights and play. You can come down here on Thursday nights and play. Come on Friday and play. We're thinking about doing a Wednesday or Tuesday tournament. Mickey has made mention of that, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. We've got so many other tournaments to go to around and about in the area. I like to go up to Lexington to the Axo and play up there. That's here and there is about the only two places that I actually have any main interest in. Now, I do want to go to Rock Hill this coming up weekend and go ahead and get my membership and get started on my points and stuff for the ACL. And I'm going to try to make some tournaments out of town on the weekends, and hopefully I can do well. But I need to get me a better vehicle, to do the long distance travel. But I want to do some major playing this year. I hadn't got to do that yet. I've, everything is good now, and I've had to have some surgery on my leg. I had to have my leg taken off. But, I've got a prosthetic leg, and I'm getting out here and getting on with it. And I'm doing pretty well right now. I got my bags, pretty much, under control. Been throwing. Even in the wheelchair, when I was in a wheelchair, I'd still throw. I never quit throwing. I think that's the reason why the doctors, kind of couldn't understand why I love to play this game so much. But I just want you to know now, when it comes to cornhole, don't try to set me down. If there's a game going on and I can get in it and play, I'm going to play. Wheelchair, no chair, and whichever. If I can stand up, I'm going to throw that bag. I guess you can say I am addicted to cornhole. I need to join that addicted to cornhole league. Well, here we go. We finally got the other player in here. I don't know what's taking him so long, but he is in the house now. Oh, we got Brandon Kimmerer. He finally made it back in. He had to go out to his truck, I think, and get some bags. But anyway, he's going to be throwing against Brian Brewster. John Perez is going to be throwing against William Brooks. So they're doing their down and backs right now. This is down and back. Where you going, baby? All right. All right, here we go. They're going to start. Here we go. They got it set up. They've done their spin. Here we go. First bag is from Brewster. Brewster's in. Kimmerer's up. He bags goes up. It curls up on the back side, but it lays down on the. When Brewster hit the board, it laid back down and went in the hole. Kimmerer's off to the right. He's in Brewster's lane. Brewster goes up a little hard, goes around the back of the board. Kimmerer goes up. He's trying to push Brewster's bag on back a little bit further. Brewster goes in, dragging that bag for a 12. Kimmerer goes off to the right. It's going to be 12 on 6. Yes, that would be good, Spencer Matlock. I'd love to partner up with you, man. I'm going to go into the ACL. I'm going to do opens, so that way there, I think, the way I understand it, I can play, just about in any field. Brooks is in with his first bag. Perez is in with his first bag. Brooks is in with his second bag. Perez does a whoopsie. Brooks goes off to the right. Perez is up, and he goes off the side of the board. Brooks is up. He goes off to the right. Perez is up. It's going to be 8 on 4, making it 10-0. All right, here we go. They got the board straight now. Kimry has Brewster has first bag. His first bag's off to the right. It's still sitting in the hole. That bag can be played. Kimry steps out just a little bit, goes up. He pushes that bag up to the right of Brewster's. Both of them bags go in. Now Kimry's got a bag hanging on the right-hand side. He goes up hard and he turns that bag just a little bit, but he goes in. Brewster sets up a level 1 block, sitting right on the edge of the red zone. Brandon does a replacement. Brewster goes around that bag for a 12 on. Let's see. Oh, Kimry goes up. He knocks that bag over and goes in with one bag, but one bag goes off to the left, making it 8 on 12. Here we go. Brooks has first bag. His first bag is up. It's over to the right. It's in Perez's lane. Perez goes up, sits up right behind that bag. Brooks can still get this bag. He goes up a little hard and goes off the back of the board. Perez goes up. He goes around it. He sets up a level 1 block on the left-hand side of his own bag. He's got a kind of a wall built up there. Brooks drags Perez's bag up just a little bit. It's almost in the hole. Perez goes off to the right. He misses that bag. Brooks sets up. He pushes all of them bags in. He almost takes them with him. Perez goes up. He sets a bag on the board, gaining 1 point. That was a 3 on 2. Here we go. Brandon Kimry has first bag. He goes in with that first bag. Brewster goes off to the right. That bag's going to be out of play. Brandon goes up. He goes to the back of the board. He goes in. Brewster goes in. It's 4 on 4 right now. Kimry's in. Brewster's in. Kimry's in for a 10. Brewster's up, and that bag goes a little short, giving up 2 points. Going to be 10 on 8. Making it 3-14 now. Perez is up. He's off to the right and off the board. Brooks is in. Perez goes off to the left. He's in Brooks' lane, but that bag is out of play. Brooks pushes up against it, pushing it just a little bit further to the left. Perez goes up. He goes to the right with that next bag. Perez is stepping out. Brooks is up. He drags that bag and goes in with it. That's 9 on 2 right now. Oh, and Perez goes to the right and off of the board. Ooh, and Brooks goes in for a 12 on 2, and that's going to do it. It's going to be 24-3. Favor Brian Brewster and William Brooks. All right. I want to thank our sponsors again. Thank you to Hartzell's Garage Doors and Company. Want to thank you for Bust You Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills and Aftermarket Car Parts, Bag Junkies. We got Headlights Are Us, home of Krave Compound. We also have Bridges Corp. And we also have Angie's Pressure Washing. Want to thank all of these sponsors tonight. The next team up is Vince Robertson and John McDufford are playing Brian Brewster and William Brooks. That's going to be our next two teams up on court one. Okay, we waiting. I don't know if John McDufford. Vince, you and John's up. Yeah. Playing William Brooks and Brian Brewster. Hey, Mr. McDufford. John McDufford. That's a good man. He is a good man. I'm telling you guys. I don't know how old John is. I think he's in his 60s. I think he's retired, but he's a good feller. Dennis Lowerly, how many teams tonight? I think it was 22, Dennis. They were, or 21. It was 22 or 21. I think they ended up with 42 players.
3 more spots left in the first bingo. 3 more.
You welcome, Dennis. You welcome, buddy, anytime. Anytime. No problem. If I see you comment, I'll comment back to you. I'm sorry to those that I hadn't seen that has commented in the times past and I didn't notice it. But I've got to where I'm looking at them and seeing them. Thank you guys for all your hearts and your love. Appreciate you a lot. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys that watch and take your time to sit down and watch these tournaments as they're being played. I'm going to miss doing the commentary, but, you know, I ain't going to say that I won't never do it again, but I will say this. I'll probably be playing more than commentating, you know, but either way it goes, we'll take care of our folks out there that like to watch it. We can set it up to where it'll transition itself and everything. So, you know, we've got a good setup. It's not perfect, but we've got 99% of the bugs worked out of it. Here we go. John McDufford throwing first bag. I don't know. I think this might be another down and back. I'm not really sure. But John goes in with that second bag. Brewster goes in with his second bag. John's up. He sits up beside of Brewster's bag up there. Brewster goes around those bags and goes in. John goes up hard. He pushes up against Brewster's bag, trying to pull his bag out. Brewster just goes up. It's going to be 8-on-6, and I think that was the starting of the first round. Here we go. Brooks' first bag is in the hole. Robertson's first bag is in. Brooks is in. Brooks is in. Robinson's off to the right. Brooks is up. He sets up on the left-hand side of that board, and Robertson knocks him in and goes to the left. He has two bags out of play. Brooks goes to the back of the board. Robertson goes up. It's going to be 6-on-10. Brewster has first bag at 6-0. Brewster does a whoopsie on his first bag. John McDufford goes off to the right, but his bag's on the board. Brewster's up. He goes off the back of the board with his next bag. He has two bags off. McDufford goes to the right. He's got two bags on. Brewster's up. He goes to the left with that next bag. John can get something in. He can score a few points here. Oh, and it's going to be 4-on-4, and it's going to be a wash. Here we go. Brooks and Brewster still have control of the board right now. They have a 6-point lead. Brooks's first bag is in the hole. Robinson sets up a level 2 block in front of the hole. It's in the diamond shape. Brooks goes up. He hits right at it and goes around it. Robertson tries to drag that bag in and goes off the back of the board. Brooks toes up. He goes around it. Robertson does it again. He tries to hit that bag again. Oh, and Brooks goes off the back of the board also. Robinson goes up. He hits the board. I think it's going to be 3 points for Brooks. They got one bag in the hole. It's going to be 5-on-2. What's up, brother Junior? Appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate you and Tina, my super good friends from Thomasville area. We play at the Axe Hole together and other places. Hope to see them this weekend at Rock Hill. John McDufford just got a bag off. Brewster's got two on. John's got a level 2 block sitting in front of the hole. He goes up. He drags that bag just a little bit closer and goes in. Brewster stepping back into the board. He was stepping out. He goes up. He replaces John's bag with his bag, knocking John's bag in. John goes up, and he goes off the back of the board, just making it a 6-on-3. So they're going to get 3 points. They're on the board now. Robertson has first bag. His first bag's off to the left. That bag's going to be out of play. Brooks is off to the right. That bag's going to be out of play. Robertson's off to the left again. That bag's out of play. Brooks goes up. He sets up a level 1 block. Robertson goes up and knocks Brooks's bag in. Brooks goes up. He pushes up against Robertson goes off the back of the board. It's 3-on-5 right now. Brooks goes up. It's going to be 6-on-3. Making the score now 12-3. Favor Brewster and Brooks. Oh, Junior. I love you, Junior Stacy. Appreciate you. Love Mickey Cook. Appreciate both of them guys. They wonderful people. All right, Brewster's off to the left. He's in John McDuffer's lane, but that bag is kind of, sort of out of play. John goes up and goes around it and goes in for it. Brewster goes up. He goes in with his next bag. John goes in with his next bag. Brewster's in. John's in with his next bag. Brewster's up. He sets up a level 1 block. He's sitting right dead in the hole. John goes up. He pushes Brewster's bag in and makes it a 10-10 wash.
Great job, Magic Mike.
Come on, Larry. Sit down. All right. All right, we have Brooks up. Brooks is up. He hits the front of the hole and goes to the back of the board. Robertson goes in with his first bag. Brooks is in with his next bag. Robinson's in with his next bag. It's 6-on-4 right now. Brooks is off to the right. Now here's Robinson's opportunity here. He goes up. That bag is sitting on the right-hand side of the hole, and it's about a quarter of the way in. Brooks goes up, presses up against it. Oh, when Robertson goes up, it's going to be 6-on-8. They got 2 points. Here we go. John McDuffer and Vince Robinson have taken control of the boards now. It's 5-12 right now. They got the opportunity to come back, and they're working their way back in this game. Oh, and John goes off to the left and off of the board. Brewster goes up. He goes off to the left, but he stays on the board. John goes up with his next bag, sets up a level 1 block. Brewster goes up. He sets up to the right of John's bag. Now John's stepping out. He's going to try to split Brewster's 2 bags here and go in with 2 bags. Oh, and he does a whoopsie. Oh, and Brewster goes up. He knocks John's bag in. John goes up. He sets a level 1 block up right behind Brewster's bag, making it hard for Brewster. All he's got to do is put this bag on the board. Oh, he goes around him and gets 2 points. He gets 2 bags in. It's going to be 8-on-4, and it's going to be 16-5 now. They're 5 points away from the win on this game here. John McDuffer and Vince Robinson was working their way back, but, you know, they fell a little short on this last round. Brooks is in with his first bag. Robinson's off to the right. That bag's going to be out of play. Brooks is off the back of the board with his next bag. Robinson's in. It's going to be 4-on-3 right now. Oh, and Brooks throws that bag short right there in front of the board. Robinson goes in with that next bag. That's 7-on-4 right now. Robinson goes up and he goes in. Oh, it's going to be 8-on-7. They're going to get 1 point, but they got control of the board.
That's what I said.
It's almost like a regional.
That's what I told you.
Like
Like,
Rock Hill.
hey,
They do tonight.
it's like
All right.
down like football here.
Here we go. John McDufford has first bag.
No, I used to live it. Hey, some of these things like
John McDufford's in with his first bag.
Independence, but what's their site?
Brewster's in with his first bag.
Sophomore year, they had these two brothers.
John McDufford's up. He sets up a block on the right-hand side in Brewster's lane. Brewster tries to go around it, or up against it, and goes around it, and goes. That bag's out of play. John knocks his next bag in, but he goes off to the right. Brewster goes up the middle, setting up a level 1 block. Now John McDufford's turned it over on the slick side. He goes up. He goes in for a 10. Brewster goes up. He goes off to the right. It's going to be 10 on 8. Giving McDufford and Robertson 2 more points. They're halfway there now. It's 8-16. So they got a chance. It ain't over till 21's on the board. Robertson's in with his first bag. Brooks is off to the right with his first bag. That bag's going to be out of play. Robinson's up. He goes off to the left. His bag's going to be out of play, giving it back to Brooks. Brooks goes in, tying it up. Robinson's up. He goes to the back of on the right-hand side of the board. And Brooks does a whoopsie. Robinson goes up. He's setting up. He's got 2 bags setting on the left-hand side and 1 on the right. Brooks is up. He goes up. He splits them bags. It's going to be 6 on 5. John McDufford and Vince Robinson get a little bit closer. They're 7 points away from tying this game up. And Brewster and Brooks are 5 points away from winning it. All right. McDufford's off to the right with his first bag. Brewster's up the middle. He sets up a level 1 block. McDufford goes up. He knocks Brewster's bag in, replacing it with his bag. Brewster goes up, knocking McDufford in. McDufford goes up. He pushes Brewster's bag just a little bit closer. Brewster goes up. He sets up on the side of John's bag. John goes up hard, trying to knock both of those bags in, but goes off to the right. Now Brewster could lay this bag on the board and make it a wash, and he knocks his bag in and goes off at 7 on 6. They got 1 point, making it 17-6 now. Oh, 17-9. I'm sorry, folks. 17-9. Here we go. William Brooks has first bag. Yeah. Brooks' first bag is in. Robinson's first bag is in. Brooks is in. Robinson's up. He sets up on the right-hand side of that board. He's got a level 1 block. Brooks is stepping out to go around it. Brooks goes up. He hits it. He goes off to the right, goes to the corner of the board. Robinson goes up. Brooks' bag falls off. Robinson's bag goes off of the board. Robinson goes up, and Brooks goes up. Robinson goes up trying to drag that bag in. It's going to be a wash, I think. Nope. It's going to be 7 on 4, giving them 3 points, making it 20-9 now. Here we go. Brewster has first bag. His first bag is up. It sets up on the right hand side of the hole. It's hanging in the hole, but that bag's still in play. John McDufford goes up, pushing up against it, blocking it. Brewster goes around it and goes in. McDufford's up. He sets up a level 2 block, setting on the left-hand side of that hole. Brewster goes up. He goes to the right, pushing up against John McDufford's bag. John goes up. He goes in. One of Brewster's bags went in with it. Brewster goes up. He bounces around and sits in front of John McDufford's bag. Push it, John. Push it hard. If he boards it, they're gonna win. He's got to take that bag in and go in with it. Come on, John. Come on, you can do it. Oh, he goes up against it. Gonna give up 2 points. Where are you going, Larry? Don't you want to commentate a little bit? Love you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Oh, Junior Stacy.
Who's up next over here?
Make sure you bring Mama Tina. Who's up next? I don't know yet. It ain't popped up. It'll make its transition right now in a few minutes, just in a minute. Hey, Mickey Cook, be safe out there. Hope you have a good trip. You probably sitting at the motel somewhere, taking it easy, relaxing. We got Brian Brewster, William Brooks against Chris Yao and Larry Tribune. You up, Mr. Tribune? Yeah, Mickey Cook, Junior Stacy said he is doing good. Yes, come on down, Junior. We want you and Tina to come down one night. Y'all get the opportunity to come down and play. Tina Stacy is an awesome player. And I've seen the improvement in Junior in the last couple of months that I've been going up to the AXO and playing Junior Stacy. He's doing I'm talking about 99% better. It ain't just better. He's got 99% better. So we got Brian Brewster, William Brooks, Chris Yao, Larry Tribune. Brian Brewster's throwing against Larry Tribune. William Brooks will be throwing against Chris Yao. I think they're doing their down and back right now.
3 spots left in the final singles.
Yes, sir. I have to bring the boss. Yeah, that's right, Junior. You got to bring the boss. We love some Tina Stacy. That's my mama. I might be older than her, but I'm gonna tell you right now, she's just like a mama. I love Tina Stacy to death. She is a good woman. Hey, brother, don't let Mickey Cook know I'm throwing better. Junior. You and Mickey Cook will make a good team. Brewster's first bag is off to the left just a little bit. Let me transition this so y'all can see what's going on. Larry Tribute sets up on the left-hand side. That bag still can be played. Larry goes up. He sets up another bag on the left-hand side in front of the hole. Brewster goes up. Brewster's got 3 bags on the left. Larry goes up high for an airmail. Misses. Goes off of the board. Here goes Brewster. Brewster throws his next bag off the back of the board. Larry Tribute goes up, and it's going to be 3-on-3. It's going to be a wash. Well, Junior, everybody knows you throw better now. William Brooks' first bag is in. Here's Chris Yao stepping up to the board. His first bag's over. He throws it a little bit short. He's got a level 2 block. Brooks goes around that bag and goes in. Chris goes up hard and he goes off the back of the board. I think he was trying to do a short airmail drag. Brooks goes in with his next bag. Yao drags 2 bags in. He lessens it up a little bit. Good shot. Brooks is in for 9. Or no, Brooks was in for 12. I think he got all 4 of his bags in. Or no, it might have been a 9 on. Brewster and Brooks have 9. I thought that was a wash. Oh yes, 3. They got 3. That was 9 on 12 or 6 on 9. Anyway, here we go. We got Brewster with first bag. His first bag sets up right in front of the hole. He's got a diamond block. Larry goes up. He hits Brewster's bag, pushing a little further. Set up on the right-hand side in Brewster's lane. Brewster goes to the left. Goes off the side of the board. Larry goes up. He pushes that bag just a little bit closer. Brewster's up, and he's off the board again. Larry goes up hard. He pushes Brewster's bag in, but leaves his bag sitting there. Brewster goes up. He puts a level 2 block on Larry Tribute. Larry Tribute goes up, and it's going to be 4-4 wash. Got Brooks and Yao. Brooks has first bag. They have control of the board right now. Brooks's first bag is in. Chris Yao's up. He's off to the left. That bag's going to be out of play. Brooks is up. His bag goes to the right, goes around. It's a quarter of the way in the hole. That bag's going to fall if Brooks hits it. He goes up hard and goes in. That drags that bag a little bit closer. Yao goes up. He goes off to the left again. He's got 3 bags sitting on the left-hand side. Brooks is up, and that bag goes in. His bag falls. Yao goes up. He throws off to the right and goes off the side of the board, making it 9-on-3. Or 12-on-3, I'm sorry. Brewster has first bag. His first bag's off to the right just a little bit. Larry has those. He's off to the left. Brewster's up. He sets up in the middle of the board. Larry steps out. He goes up. He sets up behind Brewster's bag, right behind it. Brewster goes up hard. He tries to push that bag through, but goes off to the left. Tribute goes up. He pushes his bag up against Brewster's. Larry has 3 on. Brewster has 3 on. Brewster's got 1 in and 3 on. Larry Tribute goes up. He's got his 4 on 6. He gives up 2 points. I have to get throwing better, brother, or this is going to quit hanging out with me. Well, you better get to work, Junior. Brooks' first bag is in, I think, and Chris Yao throws the bag off to the right, goes off the back of the board with his next bag. Brooks is up. He pushes Yao's bag just a little bit closer to the hole. Yao goes up, sets up behind Brooks's bag on the right-hand side of the board. Brooks is up. He's in. Yao catches that bag, and it goes in. It's going to be 5 on 10. Score now is 19-0. Brewster's first bag is up, is setting in the hole. That bag's going to go. Tribute goes up, drags it with his bag and goes in. Brewster's up, he goes off to the left with that next bag. Larry's up, he's in with his next bag. Brewster's off to the left with his next bag. Larry Tribute's in. It's 9 on 5 right now. Brewster's up. He tries to hit one of those bags and drags it in. Tribute's up with a 10 on 8, and he got 2 points, so that puts them on the board. Hey, listen here, folks. You don't never give up. Tina never quit hanging out with you, Junior, anyway. What's wrong with you? You know better than that. Chris Yao is off to the left. He's in Brooks's lane. Brooks is up. He hits it hard and bounces to the back of the board, but he stays on. Chris Yao goes up. His bag drips in on the back side, on the right-hand side of the board. Brooks is in with his next bag. Yao's in with his next bag. Brooks is in. Yao's in with his last bag. Brooks is in with his last bag, making it a 10 on 10 wash. All right. Larry Tribute's going to have first bag this round. Here we go. Larry's first bag's up. It's off to the right. That bag is playable. Brewster goes up. He sets up a level 1 block in front of the hole. Larry goes up. He hits it hard, knocking Brewster's bag in. Brewster goes up, sets up a block behind Larry Tribute's bag. Larry goes up. He goes up. He goes to the left, but he's still on the board. Brewster goes up. He sets up right in the middle of the hole. Larry Tribute stepping out. He pushes Brewster's bag in just a little bit closer. Brewster goes in with 2 bags, making it 8 on 4. And that's going to be the game. I've dropped my cell phone somewhere.
We all over this one. Hey, we all over Facebook.
I'm telling you, ain't it? I'll be looking good.
All right. Want to thank Wesley Hartzell and Hartzell's Garage Door and Company. We want to thank Buzz Chew Up Cornhole, Kelly's Bars and Grills. We got Bag Junkies and Headlights Are Us, home of Krave Cornhole. And we got Angie's Pressure Washing and Bridges Corp. Want to thank all of these sponsors tonight for sponsoring us here at Krave Cornhole. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you guys that have tuned in and are watching the broadcast. Appreciate all the comments coming in. Thank you for talking with me. Appreciate you guys. We've had several to comment tonight. We appreciate all those comments. We really do. All right, we got Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison against Brian Brewster and William Brooks. This should be an interesting game. Maybe it'll go a little faster than the last two, but, it's been good. You got plenty of time. Got 45 seconds to throw your bag. These boys are just doing it down and back right now. That's all they doing. They ain't, they just goofing off on that first little round there. Jake Brannon, he is an announcer for the ACL and a participant in the tournaments in cornhole. All right, it's on Brewster to make the first bag, and this is going to be live right here, everybody. Brewster's in with his first bag. Morrison's up, he's off to the right. He's in Brewster's lane, so that bag is playable. He drags it in just a little bit closer and goes in the hole. Brewster sets up a block. Heath goes up and goes hard. Ooh, he tries an airmail again. He misses two airmail shots. So Brewster and William Brooks have four. They start out with 4-0 against Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison. William Brooks has first bag. They have control of the board right now. He's in with his first bag. Jake Brannon's off to the left just a little bit with his first bag. Brooks is off to the right with his next bag. Brandon's off to the left again with that next bag, but he's in the hole. He's got Brooks's lane blocked. Brooks goes to the left, pushes Brandon's bag up in the air just a little bit. Brandon goes in with his next bag. He tries to drag that bag, but he misses it. Brooks goes off the side of the board and goes off. This is going to give Brandon a good chance to score some points here. It's going to be 6-on-5. He did get 1 point. They are on the board now. So Heath Morrison's going to have first bag. Heath Marston's first bag. It's off to. He goes across the hole and goes to the back of the board. Brewster's in with his first bag. Marston goes off to the right again. Brewster's in with his second bag. It's just sitting there in the hole. Marston knocks it in. Brewster goes in. Marston goes in for 6. Brewster goes in for 12. Going to be 10 on 1 now. So Jake Brannon and Heath Marston have their work cut out for them. They're 9 points down right now. Brooks is in with his first bag. Brannon's off to the right just a little bit with his off to the left. He's in William Brooks's lane. William goes up, hits Brannon's bag and goes in the hole. Brannon goes up. He sets up a level 1 block right beside of his first bag. Brooks is up. He drags a bag in with him as he goes in, leaving one on the board for Brannon. Brannon goes up. He sets up another block on the left-hand side in Brooks's lane. He's got the whole block. Brooks is up. He sets up on the left-hand side. Now he's got a partial block right there on Brannon, but Brannon can still get these 2 bags. Oh, and he does. It's going to be 12 on 10. What a shot. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot, Jake Brannon. Good shot. Hey, that's a good shot, Jake. Good shot. Jake Brannon made a good shot. Ooh, and Morrison's off to the back of the board. Now that bag's hanging on the back of the board. I'm sure it's going to vibrate off. Brewster goes to the left. He's sitting on the left-hand side right behind. He goes up and goes to the left. Morrison has 2 bags in. Brewster sets up a block. Morrison sets up a block in front of Brewster's bag. Brewster goes up. He tries to take that bag in. It's 7 on 3. Now the score is 7 to 10. Brannon and Morrison still have control of the board. I guess I need to transition. Brannon sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. Brooks goes up. He drags him 2 back. He drags Brannon's bag in with his. Cleaning it up. Brannon goes off to the left again. Brooks goes off of Brannon's bag and goes in the hole. Brannon's up. He sets up another block on the left-hand side in Brooks's lane. Brooks goes up. He drags Brannon's bag and goes in with it. It's 9 on 7 right now. Brannon goes up. He goes in with that next bag. Brooks goes up. He goes in with his last bag. It's going to be 12 on 10. Giving Brian Brewster and William Brooks 2 more points. All right, here we go. Brewster has first bag. They've got control of the board now. Oh, Brewster's off to the right. Morrison's in with his first bag. Brewster's in with his next bag. Morrison's in with his next bag. Brewster's up. He's off to the left with that next bag. Morrison's in. Brewster's in for an 8. Morrison's in for a 12, giving them 4 points, making it 11 to 12 now. They're coming strong. They're coming on strong. Level on 12. All right, Brandon sets up a level 1 block in front of the hole. He's sitting just outside of the red zone. Brooks goes up. He drags them bags closer to the hole. Now let's see what Jake Brannon's going to do here. Jake Brannon goes up. He sets up a level 2 block right behind Brooks. Brooks goes up hard. He pushes 2 bags in. His one and Brannon's bag. So right now it's 4 on 4. Brannon goes up hard. He almost drags that bag in. Now Brooks is trying to decide what he wants to do here. Yeah, he's on the slick side. He goes up hard. He pushes 2 of Brannon's bags in, but he sets up right on the left-hand side of that board. Now he's got an opportunity to drag them 2 bags in. Brannon goes up. He sets up a block, perfect block right behind William Brooks's bag. Brooks goes up hard. He hits Brannon's bag and goes off to the right. And off of the board's going to be 10 on 5. Giving Brian Brewster and William Brooks. Oh, I'm sorry. Brannon did score. So now the score is 16-12. Morrison has a bag sitting in the hole. Brewster has one off the left-hand side of the board. Brewster takes 2 of Morrison's bags in. Morrison does a replacement shot. Brewster goes in with Morrison's bag, clean it up. Morrison goes off to the left. Oh, and it's going to be 10-10 wash. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't transition. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes I forget. Here's Brandon with his first bag. He sets up a diamond block right in front of the hole. He's just outside of the red zone. Ooh, and Brooks tries to go around it, but goes over to the left just a little bit too far. Brandon tries to push that bag in and goes off to the left, but he's still on the board. Brooks goes up. He tries to push it in and go in with it. Goes off to the right. Brandon goes around that bag and goes in. Brooks goes up. He goes up hard. He pushes Brandon's bag just a little bit closer to the hole. Brandon goes up and goes in. Takes 2 bags with him. Takes a bag with him. It's 10 on 3 right now. Brooks goes up. He goes in. It's going to be 10 on 6, giving up 4 points. Making it 16-16 now. We have a tie game. Jake Brannon got 4 points. I'm sorry. Morrison's got a bag off to the right, off to the back of the board. Brewster's in with his bag. Morrison's in with his next bag. Oh, and Brewster goes off to the left just a little bit. Morrison goes in with that bag. Ooh, and Brewster goes off the back of the board with that last bag, giving Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison the win. So we got Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison. They're back up. They're going to be throwing against Greg Duncan and Seth Crawford. They're just doing down and backs right now, so. All right, here we go. They're starting out. Seth Crawford has first bag. Seth Crawford's off to the right just a little bit. That bag's going to be out of play. Brandon goes to the left. That bag is in play. It's still playable. Seth goes up. He sets up a block on the right-hand side in front of and Brandon goes up with an airmail and drags that bag, goes over the top of the block. Seth Crawford goes up hard and goes off the back of the board with that next bag. And Jake Brandon goes off to the left, but that bag's still on the board. Seth Crawford goes up. He drags two bags in. Jake Brandon goes up, goes off to the left. He got 1 point. All right. Morrison has first bag. Morrison first bag is in. Greg Duncan goes to the right just a little bit. Morrison goes around Duncan's bag and goes in. Duncan goes up. He goes to the left. Morrison goes up the middle. He goes in. Duncan goes in. Morrison's in for a 12. Crawford goes off to the left. It's going to be 7-0. Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison have control of the board. Jake Brannon goes in with his first bag. Heath sets up a level 1 block. Seth. Brannon goes up. He tries to go in with that bag, but ends up missing and going around it. Heath goes up. Seth pushes Jake Brannon's bag out of play. Jake Brannon sets up another block. It's a diamond block. Seth Crawford stepping out. He's going to try to go around this bag, and what a good job he did. That was a beautiful shot. Here goes Brannon. That bag is sitting there on the right-hand side. Heath can put it on the board and get 4 points right here. Seth can put it on the board and get 4. See what he's going to do. And both of Brannon's bags falls in, and it's a 10-10 wash. All right, Marston's first bag. He has first bag. Let's transition. His first bag is in the hole. Duncan's first bag is in. Morrison sets up on the left-hand side. It's in his lane. Duncan tries to go around it and goes a little bit further to the left. Morrison drags that bag up just a little bit. Duncan knocks it over, setting it up. Morrison's up to on the left, right-hand side, up against Duncan's bag. Duncan goes up. Making it 7-on-5. Brandon's first bag's off to the left. Seth goes up. He sets up behind Brandon's bag, but Brandon can still get that bag. Brandon goes up. He goes to the right and goes in. Heath goes up. He sets up right in the middle of the board. He's got a level 1 block. He's sitting on top of Brandon's bag. Brandon goes in, taking that bag with, knocking that bag in. Seth goes up with a roll bag and goes in. Brandon stepping out. Brandon hits that bag, knocks it in, but he goes, flips that bag to the back of the board. Seth goes in. It's going to be 10-on-8. Now Greg Duncan and Seth Crawford have control of the board. They just got 2 points. They first time on the board. Duncan sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. Morrison hits it, goes off the back of the board. Oh, and then Duncan goes off to the right and goes off of the board. Morrison goes low. Duncan goes up, trying to get that bag to cut in. Oh, and Morrison goes off to the right. Duncan goes in with his next bag. Morrison goes in. 5-on-6. Seth goes off to the left with that first bag. Brandon goes off to the left. He's set up right in front of the hole. Seth goes up, does a roll bag, and goes in with it. Beautiful shot. Seth has got that roll bag down perfect. Brandon drags his bag and goes in, cleaning it up, leaving Seth Crawford's bag on the left-hand side, which is already out of play. Crawford goes up. He sets up behind that bag, his own bag. Brandon hits that bag, goes up for a block. Seth goes in hard, dragging all 3 bags in for a 10. Oh, and Brandon goes off to the left, and it's going to be a 10-10 wash. Greg Duncan and Seth Crawford still have control of the board. It's their first throw. Duncan is up. He tries to set up a block, but he goes to the right in his lane. Morrison goes to the left and goes to the back of the board. Duncan sets up. Morrison goes to the back of the board again, but that bag is a quarter of the way in the hole. Morrison goes up. Duncan goes up. He pushes his bag a little bit closer, setting up a level 2 block. Morrison goes up. He just sets the bag up. Oh, and Duncan goes up hard. Oh, it's got to be 10-on-3. Score now is 8. They got 4 points. Seth sets up on the left-hand side of the board. Brandon sets up right behind him, right beside of him. Seth does a roll bag and goes in. Brandon goes up hard. He tries a roll bag himself. Seth is stepping out. Crawford's stepping out just a little bit. He goes up hard and pushes Brandon's bag to the left and takes his bag and goes in the hole with his other bag. drags it in. Brandon's in for 5 so far. Seth has got 9. Seth pushes Brandon's bag out of play and goes in on the right-hand side for a 12. Oh, and Jake Brandon drags that bag, hits the airmail, drags that bag, and he shortens up the point by 2 points, so making the score now 10-10. Greg Duncan, Seth Crawford still have control of the board. Greg Duncan's off of the board to the right. Morrison's in. Duncan sets up a level 1 block on the right-hand side. Morrison sets behind it. Duncan sets up behind Morrison's bag. Morrison goes up. He sets up right there at Greg Duncan's bag. Now Greg's got an opportunity. He has to make his own mind up what he's going to do here. He goes up with an airmail, Morrison does, and hits it. It's going to be 10 on 5. 8 on 5. Making it 15. No, it was 10 on 5. Jake Brandon's in with his first bag. Seth Crawford's off to the left just a little bit, but that bag's still in his lane. It can be played. And then knocks it over just a little bit. Seth tries to drag it a little closer. Brandon goes up. He sets up a level 1 block on the right-hand side in his own lane. Seth Crawford goes up behind that bag. Brandon has to decide what he's going to do. He goes up airmail. He drags his bag and goes in with it for a 12. Now Crawford's got to take a timeout. He's got to check this out. See if he can minimize the difference here. He's got to be in. Seth goes up. He hits that bag, knocking it in. What a shot. That was a beautiful airmail drag. Only giving up 2 points in that round. They just 7 points down to 17-10. They can still come back. I mean, this game right here is unpredictable. You can't predict nothing you're going to do unless you're on. Seth goes off to the left. He goes off to the left, pushing that one back closer. Duncan goes up. He sets up a block on the right-hand side. Morrison drags all 3 bags in, cleaning up the hole. Duncan throws his next bag, and it goes to the back of the board. Morrison goes to the left. Oh, and Greg Duncan goes in, getting 2 points. Making it 12-17. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't transition it. All right, here we go. Seth Crawford sets up a level 1 block on Brandon. Brandon sets up a block right behind Crawford. Crawford goes up with an airmail and hits his airmail. It's a beautiful shot. Oh, and Brandon goes up and hits the airmail. Oh, Seth goes up with his next bag, goes off the back of the board. Brandon goes up. He hits his airmail. It's going to be 7 on 7 right now. 7 on 4. Oh, and Seth Crawford hits his next one. It's all tied up. 7 on 7 right now. Brandon hits that next airmail, goes in. He hit 3 airmails in a row, making it 10 on 7. Score now is 20-12. Morrison has first bag. Morrison first bag's off to the left, but it's hanging in the hole. Duncan throws short. Morrison goes up. He's got a wall built up on the left-hand side of that bag now. He can drag that bag. He goes up. He goes in with that next bag. Duncan's up. He goes off to the left with that bag. Oh, and Morrison goes in with that next bag, and Duncan goes up to roll it and ends up stopping short, giving up 3 points. And that's going to do it for this round here. It's 20. So here we go. Refresh. Reload. All right, here we go. Let's see who's up. So we got Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison. They're going to be playing David Polk and Wesley Hartzell in this next round. And I'll be right back, folks. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm back. Had to take a little short break right there. But I'm back. We ready to go. We got Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison. They're going to be playing against David Polk and Wesley Hartzell. All right, Wesley Hartzell has first bag. Wesley Hartzell's in. Jake Brannon, he sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. It's a square block. Wesley Hartzell goes off to the right of it. It's out of play. That bag's in Brannon's lane on the right-hand side, but it's not playable. You can't get that bag. Brannon drags 2 bags in. Hartzell's in with another bag. Brannon's up. He goes in with he's got 9 on 7 right now. Hartzell's in for a 10. Brannon's in for a 12. Going to be 2 points for Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison. Now we have David Pope throwing against Heath Morrison. Heath Morrison has first bag. His first bag is up. He sets up a block right in front of the hole on the left-hand side. David Pope goes, he knocks Morrison's bag in and goes to the left. That bag's going to be out of play. Pope's in with his next bag. Morrison's in with his third bag. Pope's up. He sets up a block on the left-hand side. Morrison goes up. He hits. Oh, and David Pope goes off to the right and goes off of the board trying to drag that bag and go in, go around it, do a go around and go in and leaving Morrison's bag there. But Morrison ends up getting it 7-0 right now. Jake Brennan's first bag is up. It sets up on the right-hand side in his own lane. Wesley pushes Jake Brennan's bag over to the right, out of play. They both have a bag out of play. Jake goes up. He goes in with that next bag. Wesley Hartzell goes in. Brandon's in. Brandon dragged that bag out just a little bit, but all right. Jake's got instructions from his partner. Jake goes up and he goes in. Wesley goes up hard. He hits that bag, almost dragging it in, but it stays up on the board. It's going to be 10 on 6. Ooh, David Pope's off to the left. Morrison's off to the left. Pope's up. He's off to the right. Morrison's in with his next bag. Poke is off to the right again. He's up against his own bag. Morrison's off to the left and he's up against his own bag. Poke hits it hard and drags it to drags a bag in with his. Morrison goes to the left again. Here goes Poke. He's in for a 10 on 6. Here they come. Here they come. They coming back. All right, here we go. Thank you, whoever you are out there watching. Wesley Hartzell's in with his first bag. Jake Brannon's off to the left. He's in Wesley Hartzell's lane. He's got a level 2 block on the left-hand side in Hartzell's lane. Hartzell tries to go around that bag and goes off to the board. Brandon stepping up. He goes up. He goes in with his next bag. Wesley Hartzell goes off and goes to the right. He's sitting on the right-hand side. That bag's going to be out of play. Brandon goes in with that bag. Hartzell goes up. He hits Brandon's bag and sets up on the left-hand side. Oh, and Jake Brandon goes up and drags that bag in for a 12. That's going to be 12 on 5, giving them 7 points, making it 18-4. Jake Brandon has a heck of a defense game. He is playing a good defense. Morrison's in with his first bag. Poke sets up a level 1 block on the right-hand side. Morrison goes up, pushing Poke's bag a little bit over to the left and goes up. What a shot David Poke just made. Morrison knocks both of them bags in on the left-hand side. Poke drags Morrison's bag in with his. Morrison goes off to the right. Poke goes off to the left and to the back of the board. It's going to be 10-10 wash. Poke had the opportunity to score 2 points here and missed it. Bag went just a little bit too quick over the hole and goes to the back of the board. Here we go. Jake Brandon, first bag. Jake Brannon's first bag is in the hole. Wesley Hartzell's first bag's off to the right. That's going to be out of play. Brannon has an opportunity here. Brannon goes off to the right, and he's in his lane, but that bag fell real short. It's at a level 2. Here goes Brannon. He's going to try to drag that bag. He drags it up. He almost drug it in the hole with his bag. But he's set up right beside a Wesley Hartzell bag. That bag is playable. Wesley's got to figure out how to get around this bag. Wesley Hartzell needs a timeout to check it out. Look at this. All right, they decided what they're going to do now. Here goes Wesley. Wesley goes around Brannon's bag, goes in. Here goes Brannon. Oh, and Brannon goes off the side of the board. He goes a little bit too hard and goes off the board. Oh, and Hartzell sets up right behind Brannon's bag, making it a 7-on-8. He gets 1 point. It's 5-18 now. David pokes in with his first bag. Marson goes in with his first bag. Pokes in with his next bag. Marson's off to the left. Poke sets up. Poke goes in with his last bag, making it a 12-on-8. Score now 9-18. They halfway there. They on their way back. Jake Brannon's in with his first bag. Wesley Hartzell's in with his first bag. Jake Brannon throws off to the left, and he tried to set up a block. Wesley Hartzell sets up beside of him. Jake Brannon stepping out. Oh, and Jake drags that one bag, but he flips that bag off to the back. He pushes Wesley's bag a little bit closer to the hole. Wesley sets up another block on the right-hand side. He's just about got the hole covered. Oh, when Brannon goes up, he rolls over Hartzell's bag and goes in. Hartzell goes up, he goes to the left, leaving that bag sitting there for a block. Here goes Brannon. Brannon goes up, he does a roll shot and goes in. What a shot. That's a beautiful shot, Jake. Beautiful shot Jake Brannon just made to win the game. All right. Can I just go to the score zone? Nope, I'm going to have to refresh. Reload. Here we go. Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison are playing Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood. All right. Here we go. This ought to be an interesting game. We have two teams that knows how to play strategy, how to roll, how to cut, how to airmail. All right, here we go. We're going to start it out. Lee Hagwood throwing against Heath Morrison. Jacob Gore is going to be throwing against Jake Brannon. So here we go. Lee Hagwood has first bag. Lee Hagwood's first bag is in the hole. Morrison's up. He sets up a block right in front of the hole. Hagwood goes up. He sets behind Morrison's bag. Morrison goes up for an airmail and misses. Goes off of the board. Hagwood tries a roll bag and hits the bag, but rolls off to the left, but it's still on the board. Oh, and we got a whoopsie from Heath Morrison. Oh, Hagwood tries an airmail. Oh, and it's going to be 7-on-5, giving Jake Brannon and Heath Morrison Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood got 1 point. I'm sorry. Jacob Gore's first bag is off to the back of the board to the left. It misses the hole. That bag's just hanging there. Jake Brannon's up. He sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. Jacob goes up, sets up right behind Brannon's bag. Brannon's stepping out. He goes up for an airmail and misses. Gore goes up. He pushes that bag in and sets a replacement bag right in front of the hole for Jake Brannon. Jake Brannon goes up, gets up against it. Jacob Gore makes an airmail shot, drag. Oh, and Jake Brannon goes off to the right. It's going to give up 5 points. It's going to be 5-1 now. Or 6-0. Hagwood sets up. Morrison pushes Hagwood's bag closer to the hole. Hagwood goes up, try to go around that bag. Morrison goes up, goes in, goes to the left of the hole. Hagwood goes up. He drags that bag in for a 9. Morrison's in. Hagwood's up. He sets it up right in front of the hole there. Oh, and Morrison knocks Hagwood's bag in for a 12. And Hagwood gets 4 points. Going to make it 10-0. Jacob Gore's first bag is in. Brannon's first bag's off to the left, just in Jacob's lane. Jacob goes around that bag and goes in. Brannon goes up. He goes in with his next bag. Jacob goes in with his next bag, pulling Brandon's bag just a little bit closer to the hole. Brandon's up. He slides up to the left of that bag, pushing it a little bit closer. Jacob goes up. He pushes Brandon's bag in and sets up on top of his other bag. Brandon goes in. It's going to be a 10-10 wash. Score still remains 10-0. Hagwood's first bag is off to the left to the back of the board. Ooh, and Morrison's bag is right behind Hagwood's bag. Hagwood's in with his next bag. Morrison's in with his next bag. Hagwood's in with that bag. He pushes Morrison's bag a little bit closer out of play. Morrison goes in with his next bag. Hagwood goes up. He goes in. Morrison goes up, and it stops short of the hole. He was headed right to the hole, and it just run out of speed. Giving up 2 more points. Jacob Gore and Lee Hagwood, it's 12-0. Jacob's in with his first bag. Jake sets up a level 2 block. Jacob rolls over Jake's bag and goes in. 6-on-1 right now. Oh, and Jake tries to drag that bag and misses it just a little bit. Jacob rolls over the bag again, goes in. Oh, and Brandon. Oh, and Jacob tries the airmail and misses. Brandon can go in if he takes his 2 bags and goes in. That's going to be 10-on-9, and it's 10-on-9. And Jake Brandon and Heath Morrison are on the board. There you go. Heath Morrison has first bag. His first bag is on the right-hand side in Lee Hagwood's lane. Lee goes around it, set up right beside of Morrison's bag. Morrison goes up trying to hit his bag and go in. Misses and goes off of the board. Hagwood goes over the hole. He hits his bag and goes over the hole. Morrison goes up and goes in with that next bag. Hagwood's in. Morrison's off to the left and off of the board. Hagwood's off to the left, and it stays on the board. It's going to be 6-on-6. Score still remains 12-1. Jake Brandon has first bag. They still have control. Jake Brandon's first bag's off to the left. He's set up in Jacob's lane. Jacob goes around it with a roll bag. He goes in the hole. Jake Brandon's up. He pushes his bag up closer to the hole. Oh, and Jacob tries an airmail and goes off the back of the board. Here's Jake. He goes up. He drags that 1 bag. He's tied. He's got 1 point so far. Jacob goes in with that next bag for a 9. Now Jake can go in for a 10 and get 1 point. He goes in and gets 1 point. Oh no, he gets 3. Jacob goes off the back, slid to the back of the board. He give up 3 points on that round right there. So it's 4-12 now. Morrison and Jake Brandon are trying to come back. Here's Morrison. His first bag is in the hole. Lee Hagwood's off to the right. Morrison's in. Hagwood's in. Morrison's in. Hagwood's in. Morrison's in for a 12. Hagwood's off to the left, giving up 4 more points. It's 8-12 now. Morrison and Brandon have come back to an 8-12 deficit now. Let's see what's going to happen. Jake Brandon has first bag. First bag's off to the left. He's set up in Jacob's lane. Jacob goes up. He sets up behind Brandon's bag. Brandon goes up. He almost drug that bag, but he goes in with a roll bag touching his own bag. Jacob Gore knocks that bag in for Brandon. It's 6-on-2 right now. Brandon goes up. He sets up on the left-hand side, blocking Jacob again. Jacob goes up, and he goes off the back of the board, but he takes Brandon's bag with him. Brandon's in for a 12. Oh, and Jacob's in for a 7. What a drag shot. He saved him. He saved some points. You only give up 5, but Jake Brandon and Heath Marson are in the lead, and we have a lead change. Marson's off to the right. That first bag, Hagwood sets it up right in the middle of the board. Marson goes up. He drags Hagwood's bag in, but leaves his bag to the back of the board. Now he goes in, he drags a bag with him. He's got one in. He's got one hanging halfway on the back side. Oh, he goes up hard to hit that bag. Hagwood goes up and goes to the right. It's going to be 10-on-7, giving up 3 points. It's going to be 15-13 now. Jacob Gore has first bag. They got control. Jacob's off to the right. He goes off to the right. That bag's out of play. Brandon stepping up. He delivers. He goes up. He sets right in front of the hole. Jacob's going to drag this bag in, but he sets up right behind Jake Brandon's bag. Oh, and Jake pushes it just a little bit. That bag just barely hanging. Jacob goes up with a roll shot. He goes in. He goes over it, but his bag is sitting on the right-hand side of Jake Brandon's. I mean, Jacob has 2 bags sitting in the hole. Now Brandon has to decide what he's going to do here. Is he going to do a roll bag, or if he's going to try to airmail? Oh, he tries to roll bag and he makes it. What a roll bag. That was beautiful. Huh? I'm ahead. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You talking about when it comes up down here? Yeah. Yeah, it does that. It's like that. All right, here we go. Jacob's decided what he's going to do. I'm going to say he goes airmail. Here he goes. He's concentrating. Oh, he knocks Jake Brandon's bag in, takes one of his in, but goes off the back of the board. It's 5-on-9 right now. If Jake Brandon can go in. Oh, he goes to the left, making it 10-on-5, making it 18-15 now. Yeah, watch the transition. The transition, it'll take a minute. Now, see how it does. It's slower on the left-hand side. All right, Marson's first bag. Heath Marson sets up a level 1 block right in front of the hole. Lee Hagwood pushes up against it right in the center of it. Marson takes Hagwood's and his bag in. Hagwood sets up again right in front of the hole. Marson goes up. He knocks his bag in, leaving Hagwood's bag there. Hagwood goes up and goes around Marson's bag and goes in. Marson goes up, goes around Hagwood's bag and goes in. Oh, and Lee Hagwood hits short. It's going to be 10-on-8, giving Jake Brandon and Heath Marson 2 more points, making it 20-15 now. Here we go. I'm telling you, Jake Brandon is a good defensive player. Jake Brandon, he throws off to the right, but that bag's not out of play, but it's not in play. It can be drug in play. Jacob sets up right behind it, so there's no way he's going to drag this bag now, so he just might as well just go on in with his bags. And yep, he goes in with his first bag. Good roll. I'm working on that shot. Yeah, Spencer, me too. I want to try to learn that roll bag too. Jake Brandon's up. He sets up a level 1 block right in the center of the hole. Jacob goes up. He sets up right between all of those bags. So there's a wall there and a block. The hole is completely blocked. Now Jake can go up and he can knock both of his. He can take and go in with his bag and maybe take Jacob's bag with him. But they both still. No, Jacob's got 2 bags on the right hand side. He's got it to a point to where Jacob is going to be desperate. It's 20-15, favor Morrison and Brannon. And Morrison has 2 bags already in. It's 7-6 right now. No, 7-3 right now. So he's already got 4 points. So he needs to play it safe. But I think he's going to knock this bag in just for the sole purpose of having the points. Oh, he goes up. He knocks it in. It's going to be 9-3 right now. Jacob has to drag a bag. It's going to be 9-8, and that's going to be 1 point is all they needed. Okay, so here we go. This is the second round. This is going to be double dip. All right, Lee Hagwood's first bag's off to the left. They got 2 bags set up on the right-hand side, the left-hand side. Morrison goes around those bags and goes in. Oh, man. I need to clear that. I can't clear it. Come on, why won't it clear up? Oh my goodness. Okay, I see why it wouldn't refresh in. I'm sorry.
Hey, and because of how he played with me on Thursday, he's not allowed to throw over an 8-4. So we got it for that.
All right, here we go. Come on now, baby, where you at? Why won't you reload for me? Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, Larry. All right, we got her. We got her. Jake Brannon, Heath Morrison, Jackson Gore, and Tristan Dees. Yeah, this is going to be a good game. Boom, baby!
Let's make sure you see him on that website.
All right, here we go. We got another Gore up with a ACL Pro Tristan Dees. Tristan Dees. I don't know if they still playing down and back. I'm sure they are. Yep, they playing down and back. All right, here we go. We got Jacob Gore throwing against Jake Brannon this time. I mean Jackson Gore. Tristan Dees will be throwing against Heath Morrison. Jake Brannon has first bag. His first bag is in the hole. Jackson's off to the left just a little bit with his first bag. Brandon's in with his next bag. Jackson's in. Brandon's in. Brandon's in. Jackson's in. Brandon's in for a 12. Jackson's in for a 10. Going to be 2 points for Jake Brandon and Heath Morrison. I got a cell phone around here somewhere I can't find. I don't know where I laid it at. I'll be all right. I'll find it before I leave. I lay that thing down all the time. Morrison's in with his first bag now. Nah, it's good. These is in. Oh, and Morrison does a whoopsie. These is in. Morrison's off to the left with that off to the right with that next bag. These is off. He hits the front of the hole and goes to the back of the board. Morrison sits up right in front of the hole. These goes up for a roll bag, dragging Morrison in with him, making it 7 on 10. Jackson Gore's first bag. It's in the hole. Jake Brandon, he sets up a level 1 block. That bag's over halfway in the hole. Jackson goes in and takes it with him, cleaning it up. Brandon's in with his next bag. Jackson's in with his next bag. Brandon's up. He sets up a level 1 block. Jackson's up. He sets up a block right beside of Brandon's. He looked at it. He's trying to go in without taking Jackson's bag, but I think it's going to be kind of impossible since Jackson's bag is so tight. All right, let's see what Jake's going to do here. Oh, and he hits his 2 bags, knocks them in, goes to the back of the board, giving Jackson Gore 2 points. Here we go. Christian Dees has first bag. His first bag's off to the left. Morrison's first bag's in the hole. Dees is in. Morrison's off to the left. That bag is almost off of the board. It's hanging off of the board. Dees is in with his next bag. Morrison's up. He sets up a block right in front of the hole. Dees tries to go around it and goes off of the board. Oh, and Morrison goes up. It's going to be 8 on 7. Going to be 3-5 now. Jake Brandon has first bag. His first bag is in the hole. Jackson Gore's in the hole. Jake Brandon sets up a block on the right-hand side, but it's too far over to the right. Jackson goes around that bag and goes in. Now Brandon's going to have to get that bag. He misses it and goes off the back of the board. Jackson Gore goes up. He rolls that bag in and goes in. He thought he missed it. Jake Brandon's up. He hits it hard and goes off of the board. It's going to be 4 on 12 if Jackson makes this bag, and he makes it. It's going to be 8 points. That's going to be 13 now, 13-3. They up by 10 points. Dees has first bag. He's in with his first bag. Morrison's off to the right with his first bag. Now Dees can score a couple of points here. Morrison's in with that next bag. Dees was in at 7 on 6. Dees is in for a 9. Morrison's up. He goes to the back of the board on the right-hand side. Now, Dees can get 4 point here. He goes in. Now, Morrison has to drag that bag to minimize it. Oh, and he does a whoopsie. Score now is 20-3. Jackson Gore's in with his first bag. Brandon goes off to the left just a little bit. If Jackson makes all of these bags, it'll be over. Jackson's in. Jake Brandon's off to the left. He's in Jackson's lane. Jackson goes up. He rolls up against Brandon's bag. Oh, and Brandon goes up hard and knocks Jackson Gore's bag in and goes off onto the left. And Jackson goes around that bag and goes in. Oh, and Brandon goes off the board, making it 21. Yeah, he is awesome right now. He's got what a cut bag. He's got a beautiful cut shot.
He's got the middle part for it.
Yeah, yes he does. He really does. I hope that boy goes. If Jacob can catch up with him, by George, they're gonna be hard to handle. Yeah, was that the last game?
That's it.
That's it. All right, folks, that's it. It's over.
And tell them how beautiful.
Hey, thank you everybody for tuning in.
Imagine Mike, tell them how good these boards look. The Hall of Fame boards.
Oh yeah, we got the Hall of Fame boards in here. Headlights are us. They are beautiful. They had these boards special made, and they are special. They are, they the best set of boards in here. You know, we've got some fast boards in here. So hey, you need to come down and visit us and take a chance on winning some money. You might get one of these gold boards, or you might get somebody that that's having a good night. You having a good night, you could win you a little bit of money, huh?
Come they get your autograph.
Yeah, you can get my autograph too. Magic Mike. Like you gonna really want it. I mean, Oh, Dante Freeman, what's up, Dante? I'm sorry, man, I didn't see you up. Hey, we miss you, man. We miss you and the boys. Yeah, we miss you and the boys. Wish you'd be here tonight. It was a good tournament, good turnout. We missed the boys. Yeah, that's right. Larry said he's going to beat your butt, Dante, if you don't get your hind end back down here. With your Vipers. With his Vipers. All right, everybody. Good night. We appreciate you guys. We want to thank our sponsors once again before we sign off. Hartzell's Garage Doors. We got Bust You Up Cornhole. We got Kelly's Bars and Grills and aftermarket car parts. We have Bag Junkies. Headlights Are Us, home of the headquarters of Krave Cornhole. We thank everybody that has tuned in. We also have Bridges Corp and Angie's Pressure Washing. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast. We appreciate you. Hope to see some of you guys down here at Headlights or Krave Cornhole, pitching cornhole with us. You have a good night, and we'll check you out later. Thank you so much.